Could you ever imagine a world where a single seed could solve the global food crisis? Welcome to the fascinating world of genetically modified organisms, or as they are more commonly known, GMOs. These are organisms whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering techniques, and they've become an integral part of our lives, often without us even realizing it. They're in the food we eat, the clothes we wear, and even the medicine we take. It's hard to imagine our daily lives without them. These tiny microscopic organisms hold great promise. They have the potential to increase crop yields, reduce the need for harmful pesticides, and even create new varieties of crops that are more nutritious or resistant to harsh environmental conditions. Imagine a world where farmers can grow more food on less land, where people in developing countries can have access to nutritious food all year round, and where we can reduce the environmental impact of agriculture. That's the power of GMOs. But, as with any powerful technology, GMOs are not without controversy. There's a lot of information and misinformation out there about them, and it can be hard to separate fact from fiction. Are they safe? Are they harmful? Are they necessary? These are the questions that many people have about GMOs, and it's important to get accurate science-based answers. That's why we're here today. We're going to delve into the world of GMOs and debunk some of the common myths about them. We'll look at the science behind GMOs, the benefits they offer, and the concerns people have about them. We're not here to tell you what to think, but to give you the information you need to make an informed decision. So, are these genetically modified organisms a boon or a bane? Let's delve into some common misconceptions. How often have you heard that GMOs are unnatural and harmful? It's a popular sentiment that's been floating around for quite some time now. But let's take a closer look and unravel the truth, shall we? The myth that genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are unnatural and harmful is rooted in a misunderstanding of what genetic modification really is. The process of genetic modification is often misconstrued as some sort of mad science experiment, when in fact, it's a precise and controlled method that mimics natural processes. Think about it. Genetic modification is not a new phenomenon. Nature has been doing it for billions of years. Every time an organism reproduces, its genes mix and mutate, creating new combinations of traits. This natural genetic shuffling is what has given us the vast diversity of life on Earth. So what scientists do in the lab is not fundamentally different. They identify a desirable trait in one organism, like disease resistance or drought tolerance, and move the associated genes into another organism. This is done with meticulous precision, allowing us to harness nature's toolbox in a way that's beneficial for us. But what about the claim that GMOs are harmful? Is there any truth to it? Well, the overwhelming consensus among scientists is that GMOs are no riskier than their non-GMO counterparts. Multiple scientific studies and reviews, including those conducted by the National Academy of Sciences and the World Health Organization, have found that GMOs are just as safe to eat as non-GMO foods. In fact, some GMOs can actually be healthier. For instance, genetically modified rice, known as golden rice, has been engineered to produce vitamin A, a nutrient often lacking in the diets of people in developing countries. This could potentially save millions from vitamin A deficiency, which can lead to blindness and even death. So GMOs are not as unnatural and harmful as they are often made out to be. They are a tool, and like any tool, they can be used for good or ill. It's up to us to use them responsibly, with careful consideration of the potential benefits and risks. Another common belief is that GMOs wreak havoc on our environment. Is it true? Let's delve into this claim and examine the evidence. Many people worry that genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, could upset the balance of our ecosystems, harming wildlife and perhaps even leading to new diseases. But what does the science say? First, it's essential to understand that GMOs are designed to be more efficient and resilient than their natural counterparts. For instance, Bt corn, a type of genetically modified corn, has been engineered to produce its own insecticide. This reduces the need for farmers to spray harmful pesticides, which can run off into water sources and harm non-target species. By reducing pesticide use, we're protecting the biodiversity of our ecosystems and promoting healthier soil and water. Secondly, GMOs can actually help us tackle one of the biggest environmental challenges of our time: climate change. As our planet warms, we're seeing more extreme weather events, from droughts to floods. GMOs can be engineered to withstand these conditions, helping us maintain our food supply even in the face of climate change. Moreover, GMOs can be designed to grow with less water or in less fertile soil, promoting sustainable farming practices in areas where traditional farming methods may not be viable. Now, it's important to note that, like any technology, GMOs need to be used responsibly. We must continue to monitor their impact on our environment and make adjustments as necessary. But the overwhelming consensus among scientists is that GMOs, when used properly, can be a tool for environmental sustainability. So, when we hear claims that GMOs harm the environment, we need to look at the bigger picture. Yes, there are potential risks, but there are also potential benefits. And with careful management and ongoing research, we can mitigate those risks while harnessing the benefits. In fact, GMOs can play a crucial role in promoting environmental sustainability. Some argue that we simply do not need GMOs, but is that the case? Let's delve into this assertion and examine it closely. The world's population is growing at a rapid pace. According to the United Nations, we are set to hit nearly 10 billion people by the year 2050. Now that's a lot of mouths to feed. With such a burgeoning population, the demand for food is projected to increase significantly. Now, conventional farming practices alone may struggle to meet this demand due to their inherent limitations. Enter genetically modified organisms, or GMOs. These organisms, engineered with precision, have the potential to bolster food production in a way that traditional farming may not be able to match. Take, for example, the case of genetically modified rice, often known as golden rice. This rice has been engineered to contain beta-carotene, a source of vitamin A, which is absent in traditional rice varieties. Vitamin A deficiency is a significant health concern in many parts of the world, affecting millions of children. Golden rice, therefore, not only provides a staple food, but also a crucial nutrient, potentially saving millions of lives. Moreover, GMOs can also help us adapt to the challenges posed by climate change. Imagine crops that can withstand droughts, heat waves, or floods. Sounds like science fiction, right? But with genetic modification, it's a reality we can achieve. Additionally, GMOs can also help in reducing the use of pesticides, a major source of environmental pollution. By engineering plants to be resistant to pests, we can minimize the amount of chemicals sprayed on our fields, thereby reducing environmental harm. So when someone says, "We don't need GMOs," it's essential to consider these points. GMOs offer a myriad of benefits that can help us face the growing food demand and environmental challenges. They are not merely a luxury or a scientific novelty, but a necessity in our quest for global food security and sustainability. Clearly, GMOs hold immense potential in addressing the global food crisis. So far, we've debunked some common myths about GMOs. But what is the reality? The reality is, like any other scientific innovation, genetically modified organisms come with their own set of pros and cons. However, it's crucial to separate the facts from the fiction. Let's revisit some of the key points we've discussed so far. Firstly, GMOs are not the Frankenstein foods they're often portrayed to be. In fact, they've been around for decades, and numerous scientific studies have confirmed their safety for human consumption. The World Health Organization, the American Medical Association, and the National Academy of Sciences are among the many respected institutions that endorse the safety of GMOs. Secondly, GMOs are not inherently harmful to the environment. On the contrary, they often lead to reduced pesticide usage by creating crops that can resist pests or diseases on their own. This not only results in a lower environmental footprint, but also promotes biodiversity. Thirdly, the claim that we don't need GMOs is far from the truth. In a world where over 9 billion people will need to be fed by the middle of the century, GMOs present an effective solution to meet the increasing global food demand. They can help produce more food on less land, often with less water and fewer chemicals. So, to sum it up, GMOs are not the monsters they're made out to be. They're tools in our toolbox, tools that can help us combat food insecurity, adapt to climate change, and reduce our environmental impact. That being said, it's crucial to continue the dialogue, research, and regulation of GMOs to ensure their benefits are maximized while minimizing potential risks. The world of genetically modified organisms is indeed not as daunting as it seems. It's time we embrace the facts and rethink our perceptions.